Hello and welcome to my swamp. This is ivyTECH, a complete tutorial on every tactic and trick that I know in the entirety of Swamp. Starting at the first jump, what we want to do is run up this rubble into the upper corner of it, turn your camera 180 degrees, and press forward with the thumbstick giving a jump. This creates a height disparity and a distance disparity as the opponent has to run around this staircase to be able to get up to you. Alright, how can this jump be used? Say you are being pursued in this general direction. You want to run around this pillar, run around the other one, take the jump, and from here you can flick plunge, which is able to attack through the wall, or you can jumping plunge attack. If you're running up here, in this upper corner of the stairs, you can jump and gain a slightly more range with your plunge attack. Alright, for the final way to use this, if you are being pursued in this general direction, you can put on an obscuring ring, go for the jump, tuck the corner real quick, and go for a ladder skip. You have completely disappeared. How to do the ladder skip. First of all, you will need a weapon that does an overhead plunge. Ultras, straight swords, axes, daggers, all have this general kind of plunge. However, S-stock and spear do not have the plunge that you will need for this tactic. So going with the hammer, I will jump off this corner, do a plunge attack on this corner, and if I roll in, I will remain on this pillar. If you do not roll in, you will continue to fall. Alright, from here, you get an advantage where if someone is coming down the ladder, you're able to shoot multiple arrows at them and make them fall, which you can follow up with a plunge attack. For the third tactic, we're going to draw our eyes to a rock on the side of a wall. The lower part of this rock has a crack in it. You can run up and jump off that crack. Once in this corner of the pillar, if you jump at a less than 30-degree angle to the rock wall, you can land at the top of it. Once up here, you have a massive plunge range. You can plunge all the way out to here, and you can also plunge all the way out to here. Tactic 4 is a 4-part jump. The first part, you need to jump early towards this corner. The second jump, you'll go off the left side of the rock. The third jump, you hug the wall, jump, land flat foot, and for the fourth part of the jump, you run on this upper part of the rock and turn to the right and give a jump to the left. Tactic 5 is best used when being pursued. You'll need to run up this rock wall, wait for your opponent to attack you, kick them twice, and they will fall off of this ledge, at which time you can plunge them, and then follow up with repeating tactic number 4. Tactic 6, walk off the ledge, curl up in a ball, opponent runs past you, falls down in the water, you can plunge them. If they stay up there and keep throwing bombs at you, you can roll the bombs. If you drop down one level and curl up down here, the bombs, this rock above your head, can prevent bombs from hitting you. If the opponent falls all the way down, you can still plunge them from up here. If the opponent falls on the same level as you do, you can persevere and make the jump all the way across and plunge from up here when they come down. Tactic 7 requires perseverance. Roll onto the rock just above the water, wait for your opponent to come down. If your opponent comes down behind you into this gap, you can persevere and trap them and take them out in this corner. If the opponent, however, falls into the water, you can persevere, jump off the crack on the rock to your left to the upper platform, and here you can either flick plunge or you can run behind this tree, cutting their line of vision, hiding behind this tree, waiting for them to come up this line and plunge them. Tactic 8 involves a stair plunge. Right here, if we stand here, we can see when someone is coming around the corner. However, they cannot see us. So by running in this position and jumping, we will be able to plunge them as they come around the corner. Tactic 9. As you go up these stairs, take a sharp right onto this stone. When someone attacks you, you'll want to persevere and they'll fall down, plunge them. Another tactic here is if you get up on this stone, you're able to flick plunge in this general direction. Tactic 10. Run up these stairs, take a sharp left, run up this rock wall, jump 180, and jump plunge. Tactic 11. Walk up these stairs in the next flight. There's a line right here of prism stones. It is synced in with this pillar. This pillar, if you are past this pillar, you are able to walk off and plunge people. You are also able to walk off and plunge people running up the stairs with a 180 turn. Tech 12. Run past up the flight of stairs, take a right and stop right here. Look through the doorway, wait for someone to come through, and plunge. Tactic 13, through the hole in the wall, through the gap between the tree and onto this rock. If they fall, plunge them. Or run back up and then plunge them here. Tactic 14, ideal use, run up the stairs, through this gap, fall down this little lip, stand right beside the tree, persevere, and run behind the tree and up, jump off this rock, stand here, roll, and plunge. When you are standing up there on top of that rock, if they are trying to figure out how you got up from here, their camera angle is not faced towards that rock, so that plunge is highly successful. You are also able to flick plunge right off of here, if need be. Tactic 15 involving 3 different plunge tactics. 1, jumping off these stairs and giving a plunge. 2, jumping off these stairs and giving a 180 plunge. 3, running off these stairs and giving a running plunge. Tactic 16, up the stairs along this ledge, jump, land flat foot, stop. If they make the jump, persevere, kick them off, or if they fall, either way, you jump back across, swap to something along the lines of doors, or wind spear, wait for them to come back up. When they come back up, push them off, drop shit, and swap to a plunge weapon, plunge true combo. Tactic 17. This is the best parkour strat that I have found in the entire game thus far. Jump across, land flat foot, run 360 degrees, jump across, hold forward, and land out of bounds. You cannot be hit by great arrow or bombs here. The only thing that can hit you here is a wind spear. So move along here, stop one pillar before the pillar that is in front of the stairs, turn your camera this way, look down the hallway when someone's coming this way, move forward, and plunge. Now, what you want to do is, to escape, where that root is, move towards the root and fall down. From here, you are also able to combo with bombs if they stay there. These hit through the floor. Tactic 18, composed of 3 different parts, all of which leading to the exact same spot, the first of which being the hardest. The first, what you want to do is jump off this rock towards this tree and land up above. The second, you want to jump off the exact same spot and jump off of this prism stone and you land up above. Third of which, you want to jump off of this prism stone and roll here, and you can roll again or jump again and land up above. Now from here you are able to push people off that try to attempt to get up, and you can also hide behind this tree, wait for the opportune moment, and give a plunge. Tactic 19 is a combo with Tactic 18. If anyone has managed to get up from the water up to this upper level, you can use a plunge right here to take them out. Tactic 20, the plunge pits. As the name suggests, this is a high density area for plunges, and it is also a very great means of escape. The first jump is to the right of the divot in the dirt. The second jump is to the left of the root, and the third jump is landing on top of the root, going up into this corner. There's another root right out there that you want to jump off of, and you land up above. You can also get up here if you go the main route, around the first pillar, around the second pillar, and off the root, and up. All of which are plunge zones for the lower area, and a great means of escape. Tactic 21 is a dupe trick. Taunt your opponent as they are coming down this hallway. Walk past the tree, off the cliff, onto the root, curl up in a ball. Watch your opponent run over your head and fall into the pit. At which time you come here and can plunge them from here, or you can go all the way back up and taunt them again. Tactic 22 is a really great combo with Tactic 20, as when you get up here, your opponent will have to go all the way around to get to you. You can use that time to set up a trap. Jump off the crack in the rock, land flat foot up here, hold block and wait for your opponent to come past that tree. When they do, roll off and plunge them. The reason this works, this tree right here, it acts as a visual barrier. When the opponent comes around the corner, they won't be able to see that prism stone or that item up there until it's too late, and that's where you'll be standing, and they'll be in the plunge zone. Tactic 23 is a cliff climb, starting with a root. You run up center of the root to the left, jump up to the right. Jumping off this stone lands you on a flat platform. You can also run back across, gain momentum, jump, land flat foot, jump, land flat foot, gain momentum to run up this rock. Once up here, you can run forward, jump across, and go the entire stretch here to the end, even all the way to the cave. Out of Bounds Madness. Tactic 24 is another rock climb, but with a base hiding spot. This rock line right here, you want to run perpendicular to the end of it, up this wall, and zigzag here till you get up, then run off the last part of that stone and land in a dip. Using the rest of the moat, you can be completely hidden from anyone looking for you. You can also, by jumping up here, get to the top of the cliff. Tactic 25 is a small hallway with 2 plunges at either end of it. Going up this route, we can 180 jump and plunge into this area. Going through the hallway and up the route, we can do another 180 jump and plunge. Tactic 26, a dupe trick. You run past this tree, stop here, 2-handed great shield. When your opponent comes past, you give them 2 kicks, they'll fall off. When your opponent is getting back up, you roll off and you plunge them. Tactic 27, run up, jump here, hold forward to roll off, and plunge. You can also do a plunge in the exact same spot, or right off here. Tactic 28, a dupe trick. The crucifix here can obstruct a view, which is good. You want to run behind the back of this tree, curl up in a ball, wait for your opponent to go past you. If they notice you here, you can roll, persevere. When they attack and fall off, roll and plunge. Tactic 29, the broken arches. There are so many plunges to be used here, the first of which being off this stone and a straight down plunge mid-gate. Secondly, you can 180 jump plunge off the root. Third, you can wait here for your opponent to come through the gate and plunge them, or you can jump behind this tree and get them before the gate. You can also, if you come around this way and you use Obscuring Ring, because they're not going anywhere near this side of the gate, with Obscuring Ring at this distance, you can stay out of their line of sight, come to this side, and get a wild plunge off of here. Lastly, there is also this tree plunge right here. Tactic 30. Heading into the first building and running over to the rubble pile in this corner, we will jump off, stay on the top here, and if someone is coming up or down the stairs, we are able to plunge them whilst they're mid-stairs. We are also able to get a plunge off right here, and going all the way up, we can utilize plunges from here if someone is coming in through that doorway. If someone is chasing us and we're running in this general direction, we are also able to land a plunge right here and catch them coming through the doorway. Tactic 31. through this doorway across the bridge. Trolls live under bridges, by the way. Jump off this corner, and if your opponent is coming back, you can jump back around and lose track of them. You can also follow through with this jump by coming up here, jumping up here, and getting a plunge. This also combos with a plunge off of these stairs. Tactic 32 is a bit of a wonky jump. You want to run past Orbeck, who thinks you're too stupid to learn sorceries, and you want to show him some magic of your own. Get on top of his table, jump off the Crux, and roll past.
You've made quite the discovery.
Tactic 33. On your way to the fog wall of the Crystal Sage boss, there are 3 plunges you can utilize in this area. One off this rock, another off of this rock right here, and the last one, being the most difficult, you jump up onto this crevice and 180 jump plunge. Tactic 34 works best when being pursued closely. Run across this ledge, past the hole, wait for your opponent to come past. If they fall down the hole, drop down and plunge them. Tactic 35 works best under pursuit. Run along here, start walking towards the corner at the end, land on this rock, let your opponent jump into the water, and jump back up. From here, you can land a plunge. Tactic 36. Tricks on a cliff's edge. Run past this tree, stop on this rock, curl up in a ball. If someone comes to attack you, they will fall into the water. You can get back up and plunge them here. Another trick on the cliff's ledge, you run along this rock wall. If someone is able to pursue, you simply kick them off, and from this rock up you can plunge them. You can also get back up to the top with that jump. There is another trick right here that will make you completely invisible if you stand or lie right here, depending upon how you lie or what you're wearing. Another trick you can use is jumping down here, and when your opponent comes across, you jump up and go all the way to the top. Lastly, if you're being pursued in this direction, you can fall off here, curl up in a ball, wait for the opponent to run right over your head, roll off, and plunge them. Tactic 37. Heading up to the forest of trees, we are going to do a trick on a tree this time. You can run up and jump off the tree, give a plunge, or you can also run up the tree, stop inside of it, curl up in a ball, wait for someone to come past. You are fairly hidden here, and roll off, give a plunge when they're in your range. Tactic 38. Heading up this way, there is a root jump you can do right here with a plunge at the end of it. There is also another root jump off of this tree. You come around this way, you wait for someone to be running along this path. When they get past the tree, you can plunge them. You can do the same if they are running down this way. You can wait here for them to come down and jump plunge them around the corner. You can also get a plunge off of here. You have to jump off the root early and just before the rubble pile. Tactic 39. Cliff climbing. Jump off the prism halfway up the wall. Land flat foot. Run up and jump off the crack. Land flat foot. Jump off of the prism stone here. Land flat foot up here. Then, if you get into this crevice right here, you have a hiding spot. You can also plunge from here. Tactic 40, a grand escape. There is a crack in this rock right here that you want to run at until your character boosts up. Go to the right and jump off the prism stone to get up above. Another trick here is a running plunge off of this stone. And lastly, there is a duping trick right here, where if you curl up in a ball in this corner, anyone coming around the corner might try to go and plunge you and lose track of you. You can counter plunge them, simple as that. Tactic 41. A quick dip out of sight and a plunge to follow off of this rock straight down. Another one right here. Coming this way, if someone's coming up from the water, you can jump off of this and give a plunge. Tactic 42, starting with a quick means of escape. Jumping off this rock right here, you land up above. From here you can either jump up or roll off, and you're high enough to give a plunge. You can combo that often with a plunge right off of here, and lastly there's another plunge off this rock. Tactic 43. There's nothing quite like a slippery ledge to divide your opposition. Standing here holding block, if someone comes to attack, you push twice and they will fall off. You can counter this with a plunge, or you can jump back up, curl up in a ball right here, wait for them to run past, roll off, and plunge. Out of sight, in style. Tactic 44 is an extremely sexy duping trick. This line of items, we will use that as a visual cue. It lines up with that tree. Going around the back of this tree, we stop at this prism stone, line our navel up with it, and tilt our camera out so we can see that tree and the line of items. Now, when someone has gone past that line, you will drop down, come around the back here, curl up on the root. When someone comes around the back of the tree, they will have lost track of where you are, and they cannot see you curled up here. There's a high chance that they will roll off and try to find you and pursue you down there. From here you can plunge them, or you can jump back up and plunge them from up here, or anywhere along this railing. And you can also get a combo with this tree, plunging off. Tactic 45, cliff ledge plunges. This rock on my left has many ways to be used. One, we can jump off of it and plunge right away. Two, we can jump up on top of it, curl up in a ball, wait for an opponent to come past, roll off, and give a plunge with quite some range. Thirdly, we can jump up it, stop right here, walk off this ledge towards this platform, duping someone into thinking we've fallen, curl up in a ball, wait for them to go over, and plunge them when they do. There is another great tactic here we can use. Running up to Halfway Fortress, we take a sharp detour, fall down on this rock, curl up in a ball, wait for someone to go over us and fall down. When they do, we plunge them. Tactic 46. Follow this route on the ground all the way up till it ends, jump off the rock, land on the root above, jump off the prism stone, land above. I love this area because it is a ledge overhanging a small hallway with a cliff on the other side. You can also get a plunge off of here, rolling and dropping down. Tactic 47. Hanging over the edge of the world can be a very dangerous place to be, but there are advantages to this tactic here. You can get an Estus off, you're pretty much out of range of most weapons, and you can also get a jumping plunge attack. There is another tactic that you can use right here, off this rock, and plunging down. Tactic 48. What are the fastest means of escape from the top of the cliff? Going up the rock wall, and turning here, jumping off of this route to this stone we've been on before, rolling off and rolling down. You can quickly get away. There is another really great means of escape here. Heading up this hallway, taking a sharp left, and hanging on the cliff ledge, you can curl up in a ball, wait for the opponent to go past, and roll plunge them. For this next tactic, you'll want to have a great distance between yourself and your opponent in order to use it. You'll jump off this rock right here, land on the root, curl up in a ball, wait for your opponent to fall down or lose track of you, and when they come around this area, you can plunge them. The final means of escape from the Halfway Fortress ramps. Jump off here, give a roll, jump down, and jump here, roll off of it, and you have gained some distance between yourself and your opponent. Tactic 49. A ledge running dupe. Jumping off the top here, going down next to this pillar stone, running forward, jumping off that slant, and landing here. We can use the rest emote and completely disappear from anyone's view. Tactic 50. Tricks on a ledge. Run up the tree, take a sharp right, jump off the crack, land up above. You can also get up on top of this stone in this crevice of the tree. You are out of the opponent's camera angle, so you can plunge from either side out of their view. Another plunge tactic here is running up this line, and from here you can plunge. There is also a plunging tactic up here, where you get up on top of this part. When someone comes down towards this way, you can plunge them. There is another tactic here that you can jump onto a ledge that's out of reach. By waiting for your opponent to get down into the water, you give yourself the opportunity for another plunge. Going up the stairs, off the block, do a 360, land on the railing. Oh yeah. Okay, take it slow, nice and easy. Don't rush yourself. Take it easy. Oh, I can't see shit. I can't see anything. Okay, I definitely need to come up this way. Okay, okay. Okay, this is all paper thin, extremely paper thin. I don't even know if I'm definitely standing on it. Okay, I'm probably like just the pinky toe from falling off. Okay, definitely I'm definitely a pinky toe from falling off. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. 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 Okay, don't get sweaty now. Do not fall apart here. You got this. Ah! Stop. Right there. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. That's good. And now for the fun bit. The very fun bit. And now for the fun bit. Oh! 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 I made it. I made it. This is almost fucking impossible. But I made it. This sets you up here outside of the map where you're supposed to be. There's not much to explore around here. There is a drop down right around here somewhere. There it is. And you can go even further down right around here, and then moving forward, falling all the way down. La da 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 dee dee dum da dee dee dum dee dee da da dee dee dum da dee 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 dum. What's this? Liar ahead. Be wary of liar. Try jumping. Woman ahead? Okay, I gotta get down there. I'm going on my way. Wait, what? No, I ain't gonna let that stop me. No, I ain't gonna let that stop me. Woman ahead? Okay, I gotta get down there.
Emotional damage.
The sage skip is utilized to not kill your sage boss, so you can use the area for PvP or progress on through the level. Normally you'd roll to the left here to skip the sage, but instead I'm rolling up this stone and jumping up it. Easy to slip off here. 180 jumping, landing here, and jumping up. There's a lot of areas to explore around here. This time I'm going to go down this hole and show you a little secret spot down here. And the boss can't even touch you. Ain't that crazy? Going for my about 1000th attempt here, I would definitely have to say that there are some parkour challenges that are harder than anything you would come across in getting over it or only up. Man, this is titillating. Ah, please, please. Ah, got up. Okay. Okay. Next part, I don't really know what to do here. I'm thinking that I jump up this. Yep. Okay. Can I get up that? Oh. Oh. Whoa. Okay. This is wild. This is crazy. I'll bet that there's no ground down there. I'm gonna go down. Hey. What the heck? Oh, oh. Shite.